In this video, we're going to be talking about Moreton Bay Council. We're going to be running through every single suburb in this region. I'm going to be taking a look at realestate.com, giving you my thoughts on where I see value, where the hotspots are, where the not spots are, and why there is a bull rush on property prices in the Moreton Bay region at this period of time. If you're looking for a buyer's agent here to help you in Southeast Queensland, head over to purposeproperty.com.au and let's dive straight into it. Now on screen here, you can see one of your favorite sites, I'm sure, and one of mine, it's realestate.com.au, and we're going to be taking a look at the Moreton Bay region. Now, Moreton Bay is located on the north side of Brisbane, and we're going to be taking a look at all types of prices and all types of sales, specifically houses today. So I want to look at houses, I want to look at block sizes with at least 300 square meters of land, so at least a reasonable bit of land that's still very small, but just keeps everything in there. We're going to look at properties with a price, and we want to look at sales in the last 3 months. So if we go by sold, and we're looking at houses in the last 3 months, and we want to see those prices, and the land size is 300 square meters. We're going to hit search. Now, initially here, you can see a view of Moreton Bay. If I zoom in a little bit, you'll see here that the Moreton Bay region runs all the way up towards Baby Island, out towards Sunshine Coast, finishes around that Woodford area on the north. Then you come down into Caboolture, Morayfield. Then you've got the Redcliffe Peninsula here, a very popular area. Then you've got that central part of the Moreton Bay region. So you've got Burpengary, Dacabin, North Lakes, down to Strathclyde. And then you've got the suburbs like Arana Hills, Everton Hills, Ferny Hills, Albany Creek, which are more like Brisbane city suburbs. And then you've got the hinterland, the Samford Valley region, Samson Vale, all that inland opportunities, which are far more acreage properties and not what I would typically buy as an investor. So let's start north and we'll work our way south and talk you through some great opportunities and some not spots at this point in time and at different price points. So let's start in that Caboolture region. My big concern with Caboolture, Morayfield, is the land supply. If we switch to that satellite view, you can see here there is tons of land supply around the outside of this region. You can even see the infill happening here in locations where they're going to be developing. There's developments right here. And so you just got to be very wary of where they're doing all these tiny houses on these tiny blocks. And there's a lot of that happening in this Caboolture region. Now, there are some good opportunities, like you can buy in here at Caboolture, and you can buy typically between $800K to $1 million in these regions. If you take a look at this house here on John Street, this house is on 2 lots, so it's 82 to 84 John Street, and you can see a lot of the neighbours are on half lot sizes, so 400 square metre blocks, and someone here has paid $885,000 for a splitter block in the Caboolture South region. As we flick through, you can see, yep, 810, basically a knockdown, a very small basic home. It's tidy enough, rentable. Someone could buy this and hold it while they do their DA, and then you can see a huge amount of land. They'll knock that down, and they'll build houses like the neighbours around here, and 2 titles on there. So that's what you're buying for a development site. Then your bread and butter houses are going to be between that 750 to 900K. I wouldn't typically like a 400 square metre block, so I'd be looking for bigger blocks. With more land size and more land value. And that's a cheaper home in this region. If we go to more the Caboolture section, closer to the school, yeah, there's sales even up towards 950, 785. This looks like a reasonable deal. This is more my type of deal on 620 square meters, 3 bed, 1 bath, 785K price. This is probably the best bang for buck value type deal in the Caboolture region. You're getting more land, you're getting a reasonable home. Yes, it's a 3 bed, 1 bath. So there's less build in the home. There's more land to do potentially something with the block down the track if you want to look at granny flat opportunity. So that's what I'd be looking in the Caboolture region. Now, when it comes to Baby Island, Banksia Beach, Ballara, I wouldn't be buying in this region at all with my own money. You can see sales here, $2.5 million, $1 million, 1.5. There's a lot of retirees around here. It's an area that is landlocked. It is got some scarcity, but as an investor, I'd be sticking more to the hubs, more to the locations that are built up. And so that's why we're going to lead further south. Which leads me into Beachmere, Burpengary, down to Deception Bay. Now, I tend to avoid that Burpengary East region myself, again, because look at all this land supply. Look at all this land. They're going to be cutting up blocks and streets. It's going to be a bit more of a dystopian vibe. Houses going for $1 million, 4 bed, 2 bath on a tiny block with a pool. So I'm not going to spend my $1.1 million there, where there's tons more houses coming through. I would much rather spend my $1.1 million at North Lakes or coming out to the Redcliffe Peninsula. So we've got North Lakes here, a great area, buying solid homes. This was a new build estate back in the late 90s. And so it's all been built out now. It's the 80s, 90s, 2000s. You can get some great homes in North Lakes, very family friendly. If I am going to buy a bread and butter deal, North Lakes is an area that I would spend the money on. I actually bought one of my properties from Ryan when I bought in Bray Park, which we'll touch on very soon. But this is the kind of deal, if you want a bread and butter or you're buying a family home, North Lakes is certainly something to consider. As an investor, we really like areas like Deception Bay and Rothwell. Really good value. You can buy houses for $940K, get good block sizes, maybe get some good land size. And so that's where the value, in my opinion, lies, in areas like Deception Bay, which is still sub $1 million. You can still buy 610 square meter blocks plus, and you're getting a decent home here, well renovated and staged. It even looks like they use the staging that I use, very similar. And so, again, these are the kind of blocks that I would buy in the buyer's agency, and these are the kind of areas, Deception Bay, Rothwell. And then if I've got a bit more money, we've just done 2 deals in Kippering and Redcliffe. These are definitely areas. If I've got $1 to $1.4 million, great areas to be buying because the peninsula is landlocked. You can get deals cheaper, but you'll find most of these properties are going to be selling north of $1 million. And so deals like this deal is exactly what I'd be buying. A nice, tidy house. Yes, the kitchen's basic, it's all you need, but look at that. That's a beautiful opportunity, great space, no pool, great yard to potentially, add a granny flat at a later date or redevelop. The house is tidy, it's brick veneer, it's got access on both sides. I'd probably put drivable side access on the right and then fence off the backyard for the front house. And so a really interesting opportunity on a block like that for around 1.1 mil. And we've done 2 deals, one in Kippering and one in Redcliffe recently. And one was at around 1.15 and one was around 1.35. So between that 1 million to 1.4, some great opportunities on the peninsula. Any of these suburbs, Kippering, Redcliffe, Margate, Woody Point, Clontarf, great opportunities if you've got the money. Now we come into the heartland of Moreton Bay. So this is Dakabin, Kalinga, Petrie, Joyner, Warner, Launton, Bray Park, Strathpine and Cashmere. This is right where it borders onto Brisbane. So this is right in the heart of the connection between Brisbane to Moreton Bay. I own a property here in Bray Park, which I've touched on in the past. Right, this one here, Tukumbari Street, where the bus actually drives through this set of streets here. And so in this area, you're paying about 900 to $1 mil. This is a lot of money for a smaller block. So I wouldn't be spending 915K for a 439 square meter block. I would much, much rather buy a 600 square meter plus block if I'm going to be buying in the Bray Park, Joyner, Warner region. One interesting thing to note about these suburbs is they have different styles. So if you buy in a Strathpine, for example, you're going to find that they're bigger blocks and older style homes in these areas. Whereas if you buy somewhere like Warner, you're going to find, or Joyner, you're going to find newer homes on smaller blocks. And so there are pockets within pockets in this region. So Warner's got some newer homes, Cashmere's definitely got a mix, Joyner's got a mix of newer and older, whereas Launton, Bray Park and Strathpine along the train line tend to be built more between 1960 and 1980, whereas Warner and Joyner and Cashmere will have houses more like 1980 to 2000. We'll touch on Marumba Downs and Griffin. I don't like these areas a lot because they have a lot of smaller blocks. So you'll find that the blocks are, 300 to 400 square meters. Now, if you're looking for a set and forget home or just a family home and you want something low maintenance, you can see here, look at the view. They're looking straight onto someone else's brick wall. Like, that's not for me. If I'm spending $1,027,000. I don't want to buy something like this, but for the right buyer, it could be the right property. As an investor and a buyer's agent and somewhat a property expert at this point, I wouldn't be buying in areas like Marumba Downs and Griffin unless they're on bigger size blocks. You can get bigger blocks in these regions, 650 square meters, but then you've got to make sure it's the right location and it ticks boxes for you as an investment. This looks like a better deal if I'm spending $1 million to pay $955 and get a 4-bed, 2-bath, neater home. Looks like there's some plaster damage there as well on this house maybe. Ceilings look a little bit rough and like it needs a gurney. But this would be far more the style of property that I would buy. But it is a little bit too close to the motorway for my liking potentially as well. Let's move south now before I wrap up and tell you where I would spend my money overall. And south, we've got the Brisbane type suburbs. So we've got Albany Creek, Eaton's Hill, Arana Hills, Ferny Hills, and Everton Hills. Now, these 5-6 suburbs run more like Brisbane city suburbs. They connect to areas like Bridgeman Downs, Everton Park, Capera, Ferny Grove. I actually had one of my investment properties here in Everton Park. It was this street here, 25 Leach Street in Everton Park. And so that's where Emily and I bought our our second property ever. It was our first investment property. So Everton Park was exactly where Emily and I bought our very first property here on Leach Street, number 25. And these regions like Everton Hills and Arana Hills and Ferny Hills have some great opportunities, but they operate more like that Brisbane price point. So starting prices would be in around that 1 to 1.4 million, depending on the bedrooms, bathrooms, and land size. So there can be some great opportunities in this region if you've got the funds. If your price point maxes out at $1 million, you're going to be looking a lot further north, between Caboolture, down to North Lakes, down to Strathpine. Whereas if you've got more budget, you're going to be looking on the Redcliffe Peninsula or in the Hills District here. So what's my pick of the bunch? So in the lower price range, I bought myself in an area like Bray Park. And for clients sub $1 million, I would be looking in that Strathpine, Bray Park, Launton, Kalanga region. And I'd be looking for 600 square meter plus blocks with upside potential, maybe a bit of value add, and trying to find the right opportunity at the right price. If I have north of $1 million, so $1 to $1.5 million, I'd be looking at the Redcliffe Peninsula because it is landlocked. It's got the train line there. It's got the KO Stadium. It's only going to be more densified and infilled and renovated over time, making it very scarce over a longer period of time. Or I'd be buying down towards Albany Creek, which is a very family-friendly area, Eaton's Hill, or the Hills District, if I've got that $1.1 to $1.4, $1.5 million. Now, if you enjoy these videos where I take you through realestate.com and look at recent sales and share my insights as a buyer's agent and a property investor professionally here on the YouTube channel, then leave a comment saying more and the area or the region you want me to cover next. Whether it's in Southeast Queensland or Greater Melbourne, I'd love to hear you say more in the comments below and what region you want me to release next. The one that does get the most likes, I may release next on the YouTube channel, or the most comments, I may release earlier on the YouTube channel, and I'm gonna be covering every single council one at a time and sharing my insights and thoughts about where there's value and where the not spots are potentially in each of these regions. If you got value out of this video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and click this video here for more things real estate, renovating, and financial freedom. And head over to purposeproperty.com.au if you're looking for a Brisbane-based buyer's agent. We'd love to help you. See you in the next one. Peace.